published 8:41 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 14th of May 2018, updated 8:58 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 14th of May 2018. After missing out on Champions League football, Chelsea will be looking to quell the disappointment with victory in the FA Cup final on Saturday. They endured a dire end to the season, being held at home by relegation-threatened Huddersfield before suffering a chastening defeat at Newcastle on the final day. Antonio Conte has a job on his hands lifting his players ahead of the Wembley showdown with Manchester United. Here, Sportsmail look at the areas the Italian must concentrate on to ensure the season ends on a high note. Antonio Conte will be desperate to end the season on a high with victory in the FA Cup final. You're right, this is stating the obvious just a touch, but this has been a legitimate concern of Chelsea fans in recent weeks. With the bid to clinch Champions League football still on the line, Conte made 6 changes from the side that beat Liverpool 1-0 for the home clash with Huddersfield, a decision that backfired as they were held to a 1-1 draw, further chopping and changing for the Newcastle match didn't help, with Ross Barkley making just his second Premier League start since joining in January, as a disjointed display contributed to a 3-0 defeat and hit the wrong note ahead of a cup final. The likes of Antonio Rudiger, Marcos Alonso and Cesc Fabregas must be restored to the side for Saturday. Antonio Rudiger has been Chelsea's best defender but started on the bench against Newcastle. Chelsea have suffered at the hands of opposition's key figures all too often this season. It appears they often do not have a plan to deal with those players that make teams tick. Dele Alli was given the freedom of Stamford Bridge during Tottenham's 3-1 victory last month, and Jonjo Shelvey was allowed to pull the strings on Sunday at St James Park. Romelu Lukaku has already hurt his former side this season, and, if the Belgian is fit, Conte must come up with a plan to keep him quiet this time round. Romelu Lukaku has already scored against Chelsea this season, and must be stopped this time. Both Chelsea and Manchester United have suffered some unfathomably poor results against teams in the bottom half of the league this season. United lost to all 3 promoted sides away from home for the first time in the history, as well as losing at home to bottom of the table West Brom. However, Jose Mourinho has had no such trouble gearing his side up for the bigger teams this season, with Tottenham, Liverpool and rivals Manchester City all beaten throughout the season. The Portuguese will know how to fire his side up for the Wembley showpiece. Conte must make sure he can reignite his team's passion after a bad week. Jose Mourinho will have little problem motivating his players for the clash with his former club. A boatload of possession will be of little use to Chelsea against United. Mourinho is the master in defensive organisation, and any attempts to penetrate a red wall through laboured and deliberate build-up is likely to fail. What you can do is hurt them by breaking with pace, and a more direct form of football that Chelsea have made work already this season. Eden Hazard loves to drive at backpedaling defenders from deep, and given the right supporting cast, he can rock the confidence of a defense that has been prone to the odd slip-up this season. Eden Hazard's direct style of play could cause problems for a United defence prone to lapses. United have only lost by more than 1 goal all season, a 2-0 defeat at Wembley to Tottenham, and in Mourinho they have a tactician who specialises in turning a game on its head. He got his own back against Mauricio Pochettino's side by turning the semi-final on its head, and he has already done it once this season against Chelsea. If Conte can set his side up to cope with United's dominance in possession, they will hope for a chance to pick off a tiring United side in the second half. It's important they leave as little time possible for Mourinho to reshuffle his pack in a bid to fix things. Chelsea's struggles appear to have coincided with Antonio Conte's switch from the shirt and tie to the tracksuit, an albeit enforced return to the suit jacket and trousers this weekend, coupled with a quick Shaved may see the Italian restore to the confident, touchline ranting lunatic who inspired title success last season. If that can be passed on to his side, then he really will have found a winning formula. Antonio Conte will most likely return to the suit when he leads his team out at Wembley.